Radio Session Season 2. We're coming at you once again, your boy Scholar Rock here. Today we have a man who's been to the four corners of the world, a man who has a very interesting outlook on the industry, a man who's not defined by any particular genre. He is music. We're talking about the artist Lennox.
Elton's a huge fan of music, a big music geek, music nerd. I'd say a type of big basketball geek, basketball nerd. A lot of different things, generally pretty quiet, but a lot of ideas, a lot of fire inside, really. And well, Lennox is kind of like the extension of that, really, for me. Yeah, Lennox, Elton is a lot of different things. A lot of people tell me like a little peculiar, a little weird at times, and just embrace it. But pretty humble, pretty quiet, but a lot going on up top. That's what I would describe Elton. Lennox is island soul. Lennox is the fusion of a lot of different musical styles, a combination of an overall musical journey, and that's the best way I could describe it right now. Because like I say, still painting the picture. There's still a lot that I want to say, a lot that I want to express through music, through film, through like live shows, like a lot of different things, a lot of ideas. But for right now, it's just to establish a overall sound and a vibe and an idea of what you're trying to do. Well, I got into music seriously when I started out playing in some rock bands, and at that point in time, it was just cool to be in a band, and we get gigs. We started playing like the South Coast scene, and that was way back when like rock music was still a thing, and you still could go about the Gap and a lot of different places in Barbados and hear and see bands performing rock music, and really like a certain rawness to performance that you don't necessarily get, given I guess the limitations of genre and the overall vibe that you would get from rockers, so to speak. But that from going through that, you just getting better, and at the end of the day, you always had ideas, and as you get better and you get to play bigger platforms and better platforms, you're actually realizing that it could become something, and you start to get more comfortable in yourself and your overall craft. So then is where I started to take it more seriously as it relates to like putting stuff out, because I worked in bands before, and one thing for me was always my ideas. So regardless if it was in a band or not, I never was looking to play, I was never satisfied playing covers, because I believe the same people that I would cover the music, at the end of the day, I still believe in a certain artistic integrity for myself that I should be able to express my own ideas on that level or beyond. Well, especially in like 2018, it's to the point where even pop musicians can't really like typecast, because especially now music, so many different influences over the years, and so many cross mixes and fusions of genres. Because I still take elements from pop music, I still take elements from a lot of different things, but I call my version of it island soul. But I guess you're right, I wouldn't necessarily say fit in one particular area, but the most consistent thing is the soul element and the soul sound by my voice, and I guess like the overall tone that I go in for, and feeling that I go in for.
I'm sitting.
Welcome back to Studio Sessions. We're chatting with the artist Lennox. We've heard about his roots in the industry. Now let's talk growth, development, and his plans for the future.
First and foremost, self-management is the most important thing, and that should be the basis that you start with. Because I could taking myself into account. I know myself, and a lot of the times, a lot of the difficulties that artists will face is balancing and attending to the creative side of the business or the art, and then dealing with the commercial business aspect of it. And a lot of the times you get managers to help not only promote yourself, but to, it's two brains better than one. That's how I really see it. But a lot of the times, I don't really think artists should be just as empowered even before they take the step of getting a manager. Because at the end of the day, that's where you find situations where artists you find they get exploited, they get taken advantage of. And it's because I understand, yeah, they want the help, but the position that they put themselves in is still at a disadvantage just because of, ignorance. And it's not I don't want to make it seem like a harsh thing to say, like they're ignorant, but it's true. Like, if you don't know, like, so that's just something I would say to all artists before you decide to take a step. Knowledge and certain information is only a phone call away, a meeting away. So even if you see people now with asking a question, and that's where it should basically start from. Just ask a question and take it from there. From the very beginning, I Swear was a song I had written a few years ago, really. It's just an idea I had from a personal experience, and it's just a song highlighting the relationship between two friends, not necessarily like a romantic relationship, but the connection that two friends have, two very good friends, two close friends have, and that requirement to be there for one another, and kind of like exploring what that really means amidst whatever turbulent situations may arise. So that's why it's like, I swear, the chorus says, I swear, darling, I swear, and whatever it is, I swear, because at the end of the day, when you say you love somebody and you got a commitment as a friend, a lot of times you find yourself asking that question, is like, how much you gonna deal with for the sake of love, or for the sake of friendship and an overall connection and a relationship. So that's where that song came from, and I had the idea to produce it with J. Cole, because it is the most pop song, I guess I would say, for right now, or that I'm gonna be releasing in the near future. So, and I'm familiar with a lot of J. Cole's work, and I'm a big fan of his work, so it was pretty easy for me to just open up that conversation and tell you, I got this idea, and that was pretty much where it started and how it came about. The feedback has been really good, to be honest. Like I said, for a new project, and given that I'm working with a lot of people actually categorize it as different, so the feedback has been great. I got the chance to book Beckway Music Festival earlier in January, and we took the whole show there, got to play even more original music, and the feedback was incredible, and a lot of press and a lot of people watching. Like I said, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna say that I dominating the radio or dominating this place, but definitely much reason to keep going on. A lot of people just seem curious about what the project is and what it could ultimately produce.
I swear, darling, I swear I'll be, I swear, darling, I swear I'll be the shooting star that holds your dreams, and whatever it is, I'll be. Who knows how long before the come down? Too slow to see the sign that said the bridge was out. So should I stay and should I wait? My soul believes in a fire that comes with a feeling. Too soon to see the sun from the winter bearing. Yeah, my pouring rain is pain and nothing comparing.
into my Escalade. Tell them boys I'm not afraid. Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West.
I swear, darling, I swear.
The name Lennox, as well, most people in the Caribbean would say Lennox. The importance of that is because I decided to take on the name as a tribute to my father, and the significance of that is that my father wasn't necessarily a musician. He wasn't a musician. He used to tell me that he used to play in some bands with my godfather, but every time I asked my godfather, he would always tell me that it wasn't really that good. But to be honest, like, my father passed 4 or 5 years ago, and I inherited a real serious music collection, and I grew up with listening to a real serious music collection, and is a big influence on how I go about doing things, and I guess which is why I find myself not being able to be pigeonholed or be fit into one category per se, because I just got a real genuine love for a lot of different things, because that was just what I grew up hearing. And of course and one thing from being a Caribbean artist, you got that international influence, you got the regional experience from being in the Caribbean, but at the same time a Bajan experience for us little growing up and hearing oldie goldies and like country music on Sunday afternoons. So it's like Barbados got a lot of layers, and the artists got a lot of layers to them, but especially for the name Lennox, like just being from a Bajan family and from a Bajan parent that had a broad taste in music, definitely was a huge and major impact on me, I would say. My experience in music would have started playing bass. I was a session bassist for years, for a little bit independently, but I was playing in rock bands. I didn't get into music as a singer or trying to be a front man. So like this chapter as an artist is still somewhat new in my mind, and I just had experience playing like solo acoustic gigs, around the circuit, the Gap, hotels, bars. But Beckway was like a real chance for me, and even me and Amy, my manager, we would talk about it all the time leading up to the show. That was somewhere that I would get to challenge myself and see what I really made of, putting myself up there for the first time as a solo artist on a small scale festival. And I ain't gonna say like I kill it by the standard I was going with before. Like, to be honest, like the reception was great. The organizers and the promoters of the festival, like, they invited us back like 10 minutes after we was done performing. But obviously, like, for the sake of improvement, you know how artists be on themselves. You just see, ways that you could do better. But it was major for me in my overall confidence going forward, and yeah, it was brilliant. The new project is a new song, because I don't really want necessarily, but yeah, it's still a project. So the new project is a song called Something About You, which is another page in the book and in the overall vibe, a different element in the overall vision that is my island soul perspective and Lennox, what the sound is. So I got influenced by reggae music and soul music. I was in London, and D'Angelo had put out his Black Messiah album, and I remember just being obsessed with that. I was just listening to it over and over again. And obviously, like, by process of like assimilation, like, the idea for this soul reggae fusion just came to me, and that was where the song stemmed from. Yeah, that was a new project that I'm putting out right now. Well, that is out, I should say. The video experience was like, is another new one for me. I haven't really shot many videos in my life, so that was another testing ground. But the experience was good. I have a background in film. I studied film for a few years, and from growing up and just naturally in my free time, I just generally like to watch film and get an idea. I try to be able to understand it So I had the idea to take it to Kwesi Trotman from Ice State Shooting, Nathan Matt, Damian Gooding. It was more so about creating a vibe and an atmosphere as opposed to, you know, like me just like dancing in front of stuff or doing some things. If you listen to the song, you'll kind of, I don't really want to give away too much, but it's tied into the narrative of the song. So just like stay with an open mind and and just enjoy it for what it is, but really get into the vibe itself. But the experience, the experience with the video, it was awesome. I got Tiffany Brown. She's right now my favorite model in the entire world, and I want to say in Barbados, because in the entire world. And I met her at a fashion show that I was performing at, and I asked her to be a part of it, to be one of the characters in the narrative for the video. And working with her was awesome. She's super humble and of course stunning. We shot 2 locations. I can say where. Like I said, when the video come out, you can get to see it. But for the most part, some stuff with lighting. We just really wanted to create a certain type of tone. And for me, being in a video like that, it was new experience. Like I said, performing in Beckway, being on a stage by myself, it was like one of them testers for me to see, like, and I think I did a pretty good job in it, and I'm real happy with the end result in the video. Like I say, always got room for improvement, and I naturally always looking forward to like the next project, because like I said, as much as I've been in music for a long time, putting things out and putting my projects out as a solo artist is new for me. So I can't get too comfortable in one space, so I look at it and see how I gauge it for myself, and always be looking to improve and progress. So whether it be my next video, the overall quality, my own performance, whatever aspect or whatever I demand from the people around me and that I work with, standards gotta get raised, and the overall approach, and I hope the overall product better too. When the people hear the name Lennox, I just want people to be inspired to step outside of themselves, take a chance on themselves, be confident in themselves, and whether they do that through music or through film, or whether saying I'm having this interview, that's what I want people to take away from it. Of course, like enjoy the music, and enjoy all what I intend to put out into the world, or to give to the general public and to fans. But for me, music and the art that I make is just an extension of myself and things that I want to express. So it's not to say like, I mean, yeah, of course, like I want to be well established all over the world. By the end of the day, the most important thing for me is that the music gets where it's supposed to, and maintains the same values and intent that I have. It's just to I can give a little pageanty answer, but ultimately, yeah, make the world a better place, for real. A simple answer, but like for anybody that ever had to be in especially I would say my own personal experience where I faced my own challenges along the way. Certain people that would have tried to made the effort to like touch me on a certain level, touch me in a certain way, like I just really appreciate it. Like everywhere I go, the little bit, and I do the same thing for people. I show my appreciation, like regardless, because I think it's one of them things that, especially us as like human beings, like we on the earth to support one another, uplift one another, and then in the next sense as Bajans, as artists. So wherever you can, whatever support you could get, like appreciate it and be grateful for it. Because at the same time, they always got people rooting for you, as much as just think that, as much as some circumstances or time may insinuate that you don't, you do. Yeah, so just be humble, be grateful, and show love.
Something about you coming down from Lennox, a fresh new sound on the scene. That's what we're all about here on Studio Sessions. Be sure to head on over to YouTube and peep that vid as well. And of course, keep it locked right here. You never know, your favorite artist could be next. I'm your boy Scott LaRock signing out. Catch you next time. Peace.
Trying to hold on to my concentration.